Hello and welcome. My name's Kathy A, and today I'm going to do a haul for March. I have been collecting a few things over the past few weeks, post-birthday haul and all that, and I'm really quite excited to talk about this, so I think I'm going to probably go first with this. This is Jeffree Star. Yeah, I know, Jeffree Star. There's all kinds of controversy around Jeffree Star, and he's a guy who he just thinks outside the box, and he's a very, very talented makeup artist. He's a very creative person, very snarky, you know. He's got kind of a wisecracker kind of personality. And there's been some controversy with him and with Kat Von D lately. I'm a huge fan of Kat Von D, so I was boycotting Jeffree Star makeup for the longest time, and then you know, I was thinking about it, and I thought, I'm just continuing to spread hate on YouTube, and I'm really tired of seeing all those gossip channels and everything else. It's just such a negative thing, and Jeffree Star's never done anything to me. I don't care for how he treated Kat. I know that that was quite controversial with his makeup collection and all. But that's none of my business, and I really would just rather appreciate his work, and I've always wanted to try his makeup because it's a very high quality makeup. And also too, I think, you know, if you think about, like, if you're listening to a song on the radio, do you know all the backstories of every song you listen to on the radio? Do you know that somebody used to beat the crap out of their girlfriend, or you know, they were a jerk, or, I mean, just enjoy the music. So that's how I feel about makeup. I just want to enjoy the makeup. I'm not going to worry about the controversy or the personality conflicts or who he sleeps with. I don't care. I don't know him. He doesn't know me. We don't have anything in common, really, except we love makeup. And I'm very impressed. And when I saw this on Beautylish, they had emailed me and said it was in. I said, you know what, I'm just going to try it. So this is the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette, and it came packaged so beautifully. There was black tissue wrapped around it, and it came very nicely boxed, and then there was all this stuff. This is the wrapping paper, and what it is these are just tattoos, I believe. They're all, you know, individual and cut apart. It's so interesting. So I was kind of impressed with that. But what I'm really impressed with is this palette. It is his neutral palette, he's calling it. Beautiful graphics here around the edge of the mirror. And I don't know if you can see this or not, or if you really want to think about it too hard, but it looks a little phallic. And there looks like, I don't know, naughty parts incorporated into the art here. It's very tastefully done, but I think that, I'm not sure if anybody else noticed that or if it's just me. And maybe the name androgyny is kind of to mean both genders, or no gender or whatever, but that looked very semi-erotic art makeup porn. Look at the size of these palettes. I mean, these pans are huge. And this particular neutral palette, it really is an interesting assortment, and I'm just going to swatch these because the pigmentation is just phenomenal, phenomenal. So I'm just going to do these first two colors, one swipe, and let me just clean this off and do the next two. They're beautiful. I was a little surprised because, you know, a lot of times online it doesn't look like it does when you swatch it. And this is one of those palettes that does look very different online than it does in person. Let me just do these last two here. Okay. That was really smart. They swatch so beautifully. I'm really impressed. And one of my favorite colors, I'll just pull it up, this one, is this one here. It's just beautiful. Now this palette to me is a warm palette, and the only thing that went cool on me was this darker turquoise blue. And I was really surprised that everything, even though it looks somewhat neutral and not so warm in the pan, it all pulls very, very warm. So the looks that you get are all, I mean, this is from there too. But look at this gorgeous browns. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So this was quite a nice surprise. I really thought it was perfect. As far as being a neutral palette, no, it's not a neutral palette for me, the 59-year-old. This green pulls a lot darker and a lot more olive than you would imagine. And there was another one in here that kind of surprised me too. I think it was this purple. This purple I thought would come out a lot more aubergine, and it's actually more of a berry purple. So the colors are just beautiful. The pigmentation is outstanding. The pan size is huge. I was really pleased by that, and I love the indentation of the star for Jeffree star. Very, very cool. So I have 2 thumbs up on this. I've used it almost every day. You can't use it by itself. It's not a standalone palette, not for me anyway. This particular color can be sort of a crease color, but it's not quite dark enough, and there's nothing light in here that you can use for a base underneath. So I was using like the brown and the purple as the crease colors, and my eyes were coming out very, very dark. So I actually looked very androgynous when I tried to do it with no other palette. But you really need to complement it with a neutral palette that has good crease colors and a good base in it. But these are wonderful for complementary colors. And again, this dark kind of turquoisey color is the only cool tone. So those of you who have like pink toned skin may not find that this works for you. It's really a warm tone palette, and I like that. And I've lined my eyes with this brown, and I've used this green in on my lid. You'll see I used most of the colors. The only color I wasn't really that keen on really was this one, this plain one, and then this light orange. You know, I did use it like along the edge as a kind of a transition color, but it's a very strong mustardy pumpkin, and I wasn't all that into that. So, but I think good work, Jeffree star. I think that was really, really a nice palette, and I was not disappointed. You're gonna laugh at this one. As you know, I was biting into a nutty granola bar. Probably it's been now about a month and a half, and I cracked this tooth. I cracked this tooth. I'm backwards in the camera. And I had to have the other half of it pulled out, and I thought, oh my gosh, you know, I look like I just fell off the redneck turnip truck. So I have been trying desperately to locate tooth replacements until I can afford to get to a dentist and fix it right. I want to fix it nicely. So I'm trying different things, and I have something on order now that I think will work better. But this is the Perfect Smile, it's called, and it's about $15, and they show all these kind of Walmart, people of Walmart kind of thing, you know, with toothless grins, and then it shows these happy people, and this was the ad that made me buy it. You know, it looks like nice. When I saw one size fits all, I got a little concerned because one size tooth is not everybody's mouth. But I tried it anyway, and you just you boil water for like 3 minutes in the microwave in a little bowl, and then you drop this into it, and it gets soft. You leave it in there for 2 minutes. Then you take it out, let it cool down a little bit, and then you press it up under your teeth, and it makes kind of like a form, kind of like a mouth guard situation. So let me just show you what this looks like. and then I'll let you decide. So, you can't drink or eat anything hot, and so what I can do, you can see how yellow my teeth are. Oh my god, now I got another problem. But it makes me have an overbite. I look like the missing link from the Neanderthals. You know, I'm kind of like not quite Homo sapien and not quite Neanderthal. Anyway, it doesn't work. It's good for a photo if I was just gonna, you know, but it completely reshapes your mouth and it's not comfortable. You can't talk and your mouth juts out like, yeah. Okay, Wilbur. A horse is a horse, of course, of course. I don't like it, Wilbur. Well, so this didn't work. I have something coming in the mail though, and I can't wait to get it. So I will demonstrate that. That's it's a tooth repair kit, and it's gotten good reviews. So we'll see how it goes. All right. So that was your comic relief. I got suckered in by one of those Sephora. You know, Sephora puts out their own videos, and they have makeup artists, and they're saying, "Oh, this is how you highlight now," blah 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 blah. And then there was one that the lady had. She said a makeup routine for those with dry skin. And so I watched the whole thing, and it was very long for a Sephora video, but she was demonstrating all these products. And one of the products she demonstrated was in this kit, and it's called the Erbourian Solid Cleansing Oil. I am SAP, S-A-P, right across my forehead. So I thought, wow, this looks great. And I got the kit that has 3 things in it. It's got this Erbourian Solid Cleansing Oil, and it's got a bamboo shoot mask, and it's got this special oil stuff with yuzu extract, whatever the heck that is. When I open this up, I don't know if you can see this, but it's completely open. I started to pour it out. It pours out like milk, and it went all over the place. I was like, oh my god, because I'm taking this back to Sephora. They're going to think I've used it, and I didn't. It spilled all over the place. Anyway, so the Erbourian Solid Cleansing Oil, this puppy's expensive. I think it's $32 if you get it on its own, but if you get the kit, it's like $40 or something. So what you do is you take this little spatula and you put it on kind of like Pond's cold cream. You put it on your dry face. Let's just use it on the makeup here. You put it on here and you rub it in like this is your face. Pretend it's your face. And then you tissue it off, and then you could wash it off if you want, and it turns into a milky kind of film. And that leaves that milky kind of film on your skin. And that translates into you don't feel clean. It did work to a degree, but not really. Not worth how much money it costs. And I mean, I have other cleansers that do a much better job. So I don't know if that film that's left afterwards is supposed to be the magic part of this, but it was just too gross for me. So I took it off right away. So the Erbourian Solid Cleansing Oil is going back to Sephora in this kit. I mean, I gave it a chance. This other stuff, this lotion, I mean, that looked like milk, and it went on, and it sure enough kind of had a smell to it, similar to the May Coupe, you know, that maple tree sap stuff, which I was also going to talk about, the raw sauce. It's similar smell to this, so I thought maybe it has some of these kind of ingredients in it. Let's talk about the May Coupe raw sauce. I had just done a special on maple tree syrup and how you get sap out of maple trees and turn it into maple syrup as part of my cooking end of my channel here. And I knew that Tammy from Uppy Beads 59, she loves this stuff, this May Coupe raw sauce. And they say in there that it's an essence, and I thought, what the heck is an essence? You know, and just let's just add one more 12-step program to our skincare routine in the morning. I'm not a 12-step skincare person. Anyway, you cleanse your face, you exfoliate your face, pat it dry, and then you put some of this stuff and you pat it around, just a few drops, and you let it soak in a little bit, and then whatever serum, like your hyaluronic acid or vitamin C or your retin A or whatever it is that you use, that will work better, will work and meld into your skin, which is really interesting actually. I mean, even if you don't really like maple syrup, you'll like the stories. It's like a docutorial. So I got this, and this was in the impulse aisle at Sephora. This is the smaller size, and they run around $14 for the smaller size. The larger ones are a little more expensive, so I'm just taking it in small doses. I want to see if it actually does improve my skin before I invest in a full size. But I also recently, in a video, I did a swap with Bella from Beauty on a Budget, and if people went over to look at her videos, I'm going to enter them into a drawing, and I'm giving away 3 of these, and I'll let 3 of you try it and see what you think. So that is the Makeup Raw Sauce. I saw this demonstrated on Amazon, and it's just the most interesting thing. It is a latex cover for your nails, and what it is I'm very sloppy with painting my nails, and what this stuff does, I'll just demonstrate it because it's really funky. You paint this around the edge of your bare nail, and it dries almost instantly. Like so. And then you just paint the heck out of your nail any old which way you want. You just let it dry for a second. And then you just paint your nail, and then when this is dry, you pull the whole thing off, and it's kind of like taping off the room when you're painting your room. It's kind of like taping off the part of your nail and your nail bed and everything that you don't want the nail polish to fall into. Now the only problem with this is user error, because I'm a sloppy nail polish painter. When I had to put this stuff onto my right hand, I'm right-handed, so when I try to put it on my left hand, I was slopping it up into the nail part. So when I put the nail polish on and then I pulled this thing off, there were a lot of gaps where the stuff had gotten on the nail. So I was just as sloppy the other way around. So I guess they hadn't really thought that one through. But it was messy too. And when I had my fingers together, the stuff got caught together and it was webbed. It looked like something out of a horror movie. Yeah, it was, yeah. So this is called latex tape, and it's an Amazon thing. It had all kinds of stars and everybody loved it and everything, but no, if you're a sloppy painter, you're going to be sloppy putting this stuff on. Let me see if it'll pull off. Yeah, here it is. See, it comes off kind of in one piece, and weirdest stuff. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it just does not. Beauty 360 No Light Gel Nail Polish. I think this is the CVS home brand. It was terrible. It was very streaky. It didn't look all that great. Maybe a different color would look better, and it's a very small little thing for like $4 or $5, so I felt a little ripped off by that. I did go and get 3 of the strobing and highlighting powders from Makeup Revolution, but it worked really nicely. It did last all day long, and I did like this particular one. This is a strobing highlighter in let me get my vision here. This is Moon Glow Lights. I did like this one the best, I think, out of all of the highlighters that they put out. I got this as a perk, I believe, and this is the Sweet Peach from Too Faced, their lip stuff. And I've heard people rave about it. And this particular color, I think it's the Papadome Peach. color. Let me just check that again. This is Creamy Peach Oil Lip Gloss, and it's in Pure Peach is the color. And let me just show you. It's a very sheer kind of oil. What people were raving about, and which I will not rave about, is this smell and kind of the wafting taste of this. It's a cheap hard candy from the dollar store peach smell. It's not like biting into a peach. It's not like a peach flavored anything else. It's not a peach flavored candle or anything. It's that cheap kind of bad candy, taffy kind of smell. I didn't like the smell of it, and it went on nicely. It did put a little bit of a glow to my lips. I wouldn't wear it alone, but it did look nice over the top of other lipsticks, but it wasn't enough to keep me, and that the taste and smell is just gross. So I thought I would try this because it looks so professional, and I thought I should have something like this in my collection. This is from the MUA, which is a British outfit, and this is a lash separator. And you use it before and after. And what it is it's shaped like, it's curved, so it's shaped kind of like your eyes, and it works like a little comb combing through. So if you have clumps in your lashes, you can just comb right through here, and because it's curved, it's easier to get closer to your eye, and it gets more untangled. And I really like it so far. I got it with, I had some extra cash bucks or something. You know how CVS does those extra cash things. I really like it, and that's Makeup Academy. I think it runs around $10, and I had a $5 extra bucks, so it cost about maybe $5.50 or so. So that was kind of a neat little device. I like that. I think it was Nisha was talking about this, and I had tried it before. This is the Pillow Plump Lip Gloss from Soap and Glory, and I think this is a Nude Kid in Town or something it's called. It's kind of the nudie, shiny shade. And so I figured I would try it again, and I guess what it is I don't really like that strong, tingly, lips on fire kind of feeling you can get from some of these plumpers. And it looks very pretty when you first put it on. It does this kind of shiny thing. It has a kind of weird sweet honey, chocolatey kind of smell to it. Kind of like vanilla. Yeah, vanilla, white chocolate kind of essence to it, and it makes your lips very pretty, but then like maybe 30 seconds after you put it on, it starts to like heat up and tingle and like little pricklies in your lips, and it makes me nervous. I don't know. It distracts me. I put it on. I'd gone into work from my lunch break, and I just put it on before I went back into work, and I you know, it just distracted me. So I like the way it makes my lips look, but I don't like that tingly thing, and I don't know if I'd get this color again. I think I would get a different color. I did wind up trying the new Physicians Formula. This is the concealer, and it comes with its own little spongy thing, which this isn't very good. It's very stiff. And I got the fair shade. I don't mind it at all, except I hate the pump. I don't think a concealer should have a pump. Foundation should have pumps, but not a concealer, because there's just no way. And I mean, you can do a drinking game contest or something to see if somebody do half a pump or something, but a full pump of this is like way too much to do underneath your eyes. I mean, I could do my whole décolleté with this. So I did like it, actually. I've heard mixed reviews on this, and I'm not sure if it's different skin types that don't like it, or if you have a lot of under eye wrinkles. but I liked it. I thought it worked really well. I did set it with a powder. I didn't use it with this sponge. I patted it on with my fingers, and then I went over it with a beauty blender, a damp beauty blender, and then I put some powder right underneath it. So I thought it worked really nicely. And this is the full coverage concealer from the Insta Ready line, and this color is light. I think it's light. Yeah, light. They have light and light medium. Physicians Formula is one of those brands that doesn't think anybody's darker than medium tone, and I almost boycotted them because of that, because I just, again, the hate thing, but you know, it's like they're not acknowledging like half of the world is darker skin than me. I'm fish belly white, and to have only 2 shades of this, that was really bad, unless they have more somewhere and maybe I just haven't seen it in the stores. But yeah, that was disappointing. So you know, what decade is this, you know? So you can see it goes on. It's very, very full coverage. It just went over all of that blush. So I do like it, but not the sponge. That's going out. Melly is not talked about very much, and I really like her. I like her as a person, and I like her products. A lot of times, once in a while, I will try her stuff. There was a time there when everybody was buying her mascara and saying it was their holy grail. I wasn't one of them. This is the Muted Muses palette. This is new, and it has a nice mirror here. This reminds me a little of one of the Too Faced palettes that came out. This has an assortment. It has a light color and a crease color in larger pans, and then it has kind of a nice light base, a gold tone. This is a very interesting color. It is kind of a duochrome, purpley, bronzy color, and then we have this kind of orangey color, mustardy orange. And then the purple, which I used in the crease, and then this darker, kind of a brown color. I think this lighter shade is a slight shimmer to it, so I didn't like using it as a base. It was a little too shiny. And then I used this also as a bronzer. I don't think that was their intent, but you can use that as a highlight and a bronzer as well. But I thought that was a really nice assortment. I think this was only $29. That's not bad at all. And that was from MUA Beauty. And I just thought I'd give her a try. It's been a while since I've tried anything from her. And this is a great introduction to Kevyn Aucoin, because I think this is one of his strongest products. You do get a mirror, and you get, this is the medium contour powder, and then the candlelight. This is a very beautiful, subtle kind of highlighter. It doesn't look so subtle the way I'm putting it on, but very, very nice. This is a great travel thing. It's small enough to travel easily, and the price is right, and that's all you're going to need. I mean, by the time you wear this down, I don't know. I don't see the need to buy full size a lot of times when they have samples like this, sample size, that are much less expensive. You do get less product, but I think that they're great for traveling and for trying something out, and you're not out a lot of money if you throw it in the back of your makeup drawer. So, I kept seeing ads for this, so I just fell for it. This is the Take a Deep Breath. This is a cushion foundation from Philosophy. This is the color shade 3. It's the lightest shade that they had at Ulta. I don't know if there's a shade 2 and a 1, because they only had 3 and it was in the first slot, and it looked the lightest. It is a really nice, I would say if you're more towards the medium light side of light, you know, I would say level 2 light to level 3 light, definitely. Comes with its own little spongy thing. Very, very beautiful coverage that you get with this. I've tried it a couple ways. I think it works really nicely with a beauty blender. It works really nicely with the little thing that they give you, this little sponge that they give you. They tell you to kind of press it in and press and roll. And it does dry down really beautifully. It didn't go into my lines. Great coverage, and there's apparently a lot of skincare in here. You've got a mirror in here as well. Yeah, this is really nice. Shade 3, and it has an expiration date on it as well. That is the Take a Deep Breath Cushion Foundation from Philosophy. And I'm going to be doing a best of foundation video again pretty soon. I mean, I know I just did one fairly recently, but I'm going to do one that's just all powder foundations, which was by request. And I will be doing one that's liquid and solid and cushion foundations. And this one is really quite good. Of course, it is a little pricey. This was a fail. Touche Eclat. I bought it because everybody talks about how much they love it, and I'm not a YSL person per se. This is a highlighting concealer stick, and it's supposed to put light on underneath your eyes. It's very expensive. I found that it was not as nice as some of my less expensive alternatives to it. So I don't know what the big stink was over this, but YSL Touche Eclat, the concealer, highlighter, whatever it is, it was a fail. And it was a lot of money. I'm still on the fence about this because I just got it. This is the Sephora Gel, Gel for the Future, I think it's called, or something like that. Bright Future Gel Concealer. It's sap again, sap, sap, sap. I did use this today, and it's been holding up really well. It's very, very nice for those of you with dry skin and lots of wrinkles underneath your eyes. If you tap it in lightly and you put a little bit of setting powder over it, it lasts for the day. I do like it. I'm still on the fence about the color, but they had quite a nice assortment, and I don't know why I got it. I saw it and they said it was new and they had a lot of stars that people had liked it, so I figured I would try it too. For my hair, Madison Reed has sent me this. This is the Root Touch Up, and this is the blonde shade, and this is a hair powder. So it comes with its own little brush, and you have a mirror, and you get 2 shades, so you can blend them if you need to. You can do, you know, you go in and do your roots. Actually, I don't have any roots right now. You can actually paint it on your gray hair, and it will turn it to the blonde shade. And you can paint your scalp a little bit with this too. It's a powder. It's almost like an eyeshadow, but it stays really well on your scalp until you wash it off. And really, really nice product from Madison Reed, and I think you can get them online. And I know that Sephora now carries this, so I was pleased to see it in there. And thank you, Madison Reed, for sending this to me. It really worked nicely on my real hair, which I'm not wearing right now. Speaking of real hair that I'm not wearing right now, here's another product, and Elle is for living. She always gets me hooked on things, and this is one of them. This is the Shea Moisture Strengthen and Grow Thermal Protectant with shea butter, peppermint, and keratin. And it's got black castor oil in it as a secret ingredient. It smells wonderful on your hair and gives you a nice shine. I've been using this lately, and the other day when I put up a video, somebody asked me what I had in my hair, because my hair looked really full and shiny, and this was what I used. So, okay, well, that pretty much does it for me, and geez, what is it, about an hour long here? Oh my goodness. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a wonderful week, and have a beautiful day. Take care. Toodles.